Hello YouTube, welcome to the channel today. I thought I would just give you all a quick video to close out 2021, talking about some of the things that we've got going on in the OAG studios and what I've got planned to do during the early part of the spring and what's going to be happening as we get into the summer and the good weather, so we can get outside and start running some of the RCs. So I thought I'd kick it off by telling you that we've got, at the moment, coming the Hotshot build series. That's going to be the first series of videos coming in 2022. Did the unboxing the other day, which you saw go live, and we'll get the rest of the build videos up. Not going to get a chance to run it, I don't think, in the next couple of months because the weather's just so bad. And our garden's really muddy, certainly up at the track. Yeah, I could run out the drive, but I really want to get this thing on the dirt. So that's what's coming there. We've got on the deck at the minute a sneaky peek of the XV-01. Not show too much, but we're getting on with that at the moment. So that'll be the next build series that's going to come. That's really enjoyable, really enjoyable. Goes together really quite neatly, almost like a sort of extra special TT-02 chassis. Everything's neat and tidy, but it's far more involved, and you've got the pulleys and the chain, and it's really good fun. But I'm worried the decals on that are going to take me an absolute age to get done. So those are the first two coming. Now I want to tell you some of the little maintenance projects that we've got to do as we go through the spring. Right, first thing that we've got to do is a little fix on the Grasshopper. So the back of here is a 540 silver can, and I found that it is a little bit too hoppy, would be the right word. And my buddy over at Vintage Backyard RC does a great video, and I'll put a link of it down in the description on this video, where he looks at the Grasshopper being hopped up from the hopper to the Hornet. And in that video he says, look, when you get to the point where you're swapping out that 380 silver can and you're dumping in the 540 silver can, that's when the Grasshopper becomes almost uncontrollable. Also, if you look in there as well, these oil-filled dampers that I've put at the back are just about touching the can on the motor. You see that? So I want to get those out. I want to get the can out, put the 380 back in, and that's how we're going to run it next year. Now, what I would like to put in here is the 380 Sport Tune that Tamiya do, but unfortunately they've stopped selling it in the UK, so I can't get hold of one. So if any of you know of a way that I can get a 380 Sport Tuned motor into the UK, leave me a comment in the comment section, let me know where I can get one from, and that'd be great. So that's a project that's going to be done over the next couple of weeks, ready for the spring. Right, you all know I love a Kyosho Raider, and this is the one that I rebuilt from some eBay finds. And if you remember, what I've got here is a problem on this arm where the suspension doesn't rebound. It travels down, and when you push it, it doesn't come back up again. So I think I've got a problem down here somewhere, and one of these arms is all gummed up, or something's too tight up here on the upright. So I've got to take all this apart, grease it, clean it, and then see if I get that suspension travel back up. Because the other side, if I remember, works fine. This side, if I can do it while still holding the camera, probably not. Does not. So I just need to replicate whatever's happening over here. So that's another little spring maintenance job to do, and get that ready for the spring run. MO5 RA, and if you remember correctly, this one had a little bit of a wobble when it was on the track because I hit some of those bricks and crud that was all down and the bottom part of the track. Now these wheels here, you see there, look at the impacts on that tyre on that wheel. There, bang. Hadn't noticed that before. So what I've got to do is I've got to glue these tyres on. I hate gluing tyres. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there who've got some great techniques, and I'll watch a few YouTube videos and work out how we're going to do it. But these need to be glued on because they've popped off really easily off that rim, and then we're running around on the loose stuff with a wobbly tyre. So we're going to sort that out, ready for the spring. So hopefully you all saw my track video where I talked about the improvements that I'm looking to make for season 2. That's ongoing, and I will do a video montage of that probably as we get close to the spring before we start running cars on it, show you where we've got to and how the crossover's gone. I think everyone has taught me how to doing the jump, I think, or having some sort of movable jump that I can put in to have some fun, but maybe take out when I run the cars on the time trials, so it's nice and neat and tidy. But we'll talk a little bit more of that about when we get closer and closer to the season. But that's going to be coming probably April time. So I haven't got the same Raider back out again because you've already seen that one on this video. But this is my original 80s stroke early 90s Raider. Now I want to get some more Raider footage. The new one has not been run at all on the track. It had a brief shakedown, but nothing at all because of that front suspension arm issue. So what I want to do is do a Raider video of that running, of this running again. You know, I don't want to keep running this because it does have a huge amount of sentimental value, but there's something about the way that the MSC controlled cars run versus the ESCs that makes me just want to get this back out on the track again and have a good blast with it. So we will be doing that again once the season gets underway. Then of course we've got to do a time trial where everything else gets to go back around the track again, from the pumpkin to the TT02s and everything. They've all got to go back out and hit the track before we lay down a time with the next buggy I'm going to show you. And then this is what's going to get out on the track. So what we've got here is that stock built Rising Fighter with absolutely everything straight out of the box, and then we're going to replace and hop up various different parts of it, and we're going to see what an effect that has on the lap times as it goes around the track. So I would imagine there's probably about 6-7 videos I think I've got to do on this one. So there'll be shorter ones, but we will change the part out, whichever it is. The bearings, for example, put the bearings in instead of the bushings, run it, see how it goes, put the times up, take a look at what impact it had on the lap time, then take it off, change the shocks out, for example, bang those in, and keep going and see what difference it makes. So I'm really looking forward to doing that and seeing what impact on lap times and or performance all these hop ups that we spend a huge amount of time and energy doing, which is all part of the hobby, but which are the ones that get the most bang for the buck. Right, we're now in a secret location to show you something else that's coming on the channel as we go into next year. Now hopefully you can see this behind there. We've got new inbox Terra Scorcher to build up at some point. That's the Rising Fighter parts, and in there, put this down here, out of sight, out of mind, all this stuff, look. Right, so in here is all of the parts to build. I'll try and do this like 4 little stairs. Here's a challenge for us. Another Raider. Now I've got a whole box of parts in there, and there are enough to build another full chassis out. The only thing I don't have is another proper body to go on it, so we need to sort that out. And what I'd really like to get, and I haven't, I looked a couple of times. Over here in the UK we have, we call them boot sales. I think out in the States you guys call them thrift sales, or like a yard sale. And you basically go in the field, lots of people pull up in their cars and they sell stuff out of the boots of their cars. And often you can find interesting stuff at these places, And I've got this idea of going to one and finding an old Tamiya or Kyosho RC car, bringing it home, cleaning it up and running it and around the track in some way or shape or form. So we'll see how successful that is through next summer. Whether I can actually find one that's worth doing that with is another story. But this is my little get it up out the workshop, get it behind, and I'm sure what will happen is we'll end up with loads of those bloody boxes back here. All right, one more thing to show you. Okay, and then as we move on into the tail end of next year, what we're going to do is we're going to clean this up. I've got another TT-02 that I've got coming for the channel, and that one is a rally spec. Well, no, it's not a rally spec, it's a rally car. It's a Subaru WRX. I think it's got the Richard Burns decals on it. It looks really neat. I don't have it here yet, so I can't show you that. But what I want to do is build that up next autumn and turn that into a rally car to go up with the XV-01 and the MO5RA. So we've got another rally car on the channel. But what I thought would be fun as well for next year's hop-up series is take this, which it's got the bearings in already, so I can't say that I'm gonna do the bearings, and I probably never will do that again, because I don't want to have to keep taking every RC that I do hop-ups on apart to put the bearings back in. This has got the bearings in, but it's the only thing I've done to this. That, and I think maybe I've got a servo, a high torque servo saver in there with the alloy part on it. But that is it. The rest of this is as it came out of the box. So what I thought I'd do, in a similar vein, is start looking for pieces and items to hop this up to get it, I don't know, closer maybe to another, maybe to that Terra Scorcher, or even more so if I'm lucky enough to get myself a TD4 at some point in the future. How close to that can I get this? And just play with it, really. I think I'm looking forward to doing that with the Rising Fighter. So next year I want to do it with the TT-02B platform. And then maybe you guys can give me some other ideas of what other platforms I could do that with in the future. Right, that's it. That's all of my ideas coming to the channel next year, or the things that I want to tell you about that are coming to the channel next year. Look, I really enjoy doing this, and I've had a great year. Not even quite a year yet, but 2021 has been sort of my first year doing this sort of stuff. And I just want to take 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, a couple of minutes, so thank you to everybody who's watched one of my videos in 2021. I've really enjoyed filming them. I've really enjoyed talking to you all. Hopefully I'm getting better at it. I'll leave that for you to decide. But I just want to wish you all a very, very, very happy new year and all the best for 2022. And hopefully we can put this pandemic behind us and all move forward with something more positive. Until then, take care, and I will see you all soon. Thanks ever so much.